Hi, I'm James and this is my dog Cleo. A little while ago Cleo almost died because she got a hold of a dangerous toad. I'm in Tampa, Florida, and these toads are all over Florida and the southern United States. Most of the information I got about these toads came from Googling and information came from Australia. They're called CaneToads or Bufo murinus. They get pretty good size, and toads tend to sit upright. Where frogs are flat, toads tend to sit upright. The problem with these toads is they secrete a dangerous toxin when stressed. Cleo had gone after one in our garden around here and got a hold of it and got a dose of that toxin. Her life was saved because my wife happened to be nearby and took a garden hose and cleaned out her mouth. And that's the thing to do if this happens. They'll be foaming, vomiting, kind of going into a kind of an epileptic fit, stiffening of the hindquarters. The problem is they can be dead within 15 or 20 minutes. Luckily, my wife was nearby and got the hose. We spent the night. Cleo spent the night in the vet. It was $600 or $800 of IV and care, but it was worth it. Our neighbors, however, weren't so lucky. Their dog was killed. It was a 45-pound lab, which is not a big lab, but it's a pretty good-sized dog. And the problem is with the bigger dogs, they tend to gulp and swallow the toads whole. The best thing to do is keep the toads away from your dogs, and to do that, I built a toad trap. I finished the trap before somebody suggested I do this video, and I didn't want to go out and buy all the materials and build another one, so I'll try to walk you through it. This is a trap. It's made out of half-inch vinyl coated, they call it hardware cloth. It's just a mesh of galvanized steel wire dipped in some kind of green vinyl, and it blends in nice with the bushes and plants around here. You're essentially building a box with a trap door on it, and I'll show you how. What you'll need is a 2-foot by 5-foot roll of this cloth. It comes in a roll about 2 feet wide, 5 feet long. This is the material here. This is on a half-inch grid, which is nice for measuring. It also lets larger insects in, which are going to be your bait. You buy a roll of that, a pack of this maybe 1/8 inch wire. They use it for hanging acoustic ceiling, but it's very handy around the house. They come in packs of about 12. It's very inexpensive. You'll need a sharp little pair of wire cutters and a pack of these little wire ties. You roll out your hardware cloth, try to get it flat, and cut it out in a grid something like this. You're going to be folding this pattern into a box. Happens to be on a convenient 12-inch by 6-inch grid. You notice the whole thing is 2 feet wide, which is the roll width, and it's 2 feet wide by 1, 2, 3 feet long. So you'll have a piece about like this left over, and you'll need it. So go ahead and cut out your pattern. You'll be folding up 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and then a top. Once you get it folded up, that's when you use these wire ties to close up the edges. You just lace it up or along here, along the edges. Anything that's not a folded edge, you just lace up. Now, you'll also have a door with a piece left over. First you'll cut out a hole, use an oversized piece, and then a piece of this hanger wire. You'll fold on the oversized piece, you'll fold about 1 inch of it over. Use the little ends to tighten it. That piece of hanger wire runs from here to here, and it's the hinge for the door. I put in a piece of elastic here because for some reason my door wouldn't shut all the way, but any kind of rubber band or something will be fine. The only other thing you have there, I've even made the handle out of a piece of that hanger wire. It's very handy. The only other thing you'll have is this solar powered light. These were available for $5 at the Home Depot. I just took the tube off, which you could use for 100 different things. You just cut a hole in your wire, set it down in there, and put the wire ties around it to hold it in place. And that's really your bait. If you put things like dog food, first of all, you're going to get other pests that you don't want. they'll disrupt the trap. And it turns out the dog food is really not a bait for the toads. The smell might be so overwhelming that it's kind of a repellent. The toads are coming after the insect that's in the dog food. So I use the light to attract the insects, and then the toads come after the insects. I use this half-inch grid because it'll let a decent-sized insect, a decent-sized moth, what have you, into the trap, and then the toad goes in after it. Now for disposal. Online, most of what I read is by biologists, and they're actively trying to eradicate these toads, which are introduced in the 50s to control certain agricultural pests, and now the toads are the pests. They recommend freezing the toads. Apparently they're cold-blooded animals, and you put them in a freezer and they slow down until they fall asleep, and that's supposed to be the humane way to do it. I couldn't really get myself to do that, and there's lots of remote boggy areas around here, so I just take them to a swampy area and away from pets and things, and let them go. The most important thing is if you have these toads around, and you can trap them fine, but you want to keep your pets away from them. And if you do see those symptoms, it's going to be foaming of the mouth, vomiting, convulsions, stiffness. The first thing to do is wash out all around the mouth, the nose, the eyes, and just really give the dog a good soaking. And then you're going to have to get medical care. They're going to put it on an IV. And I just wish you the best with that. Good luck to you, good luck to your pets, and thanks for watching.